Today, I want to get into people talking about stalkers getting arrested and how that all works, and people even thought that Jung Kook responded. There's also been some very crazy rumors lately of people saying that they have very personal videos of the idols. And then we have a magazine posting some shirtless pics of Taehyung. So hey Dumplings, it's Dave. Decide, hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Go grab your dumplings, your spring mug merch, and let's go. If you are looking forward to a Taehyung solo music video release, well, I have good news and bad news. Good news is that it will likely happen. Bad news is that it might not happen right away. It seems like Taehyung is still struggling to get it done, and he is still trying to perfect his sound. And I will say it's been beautiful to see all the promos and shows that he has been doing lately. Things like Ginny Kitchen Show, where we see him cook and have fun. I do have plans of watching and checking out this show with everyone on Patreon, so if you're interested in checking that out with me or have a specific episode that you would like to see me react to, head over on Patreon. I will link that in the description and let me know. I'd love to see you there. There's a $1 tier that is open and available. Now, something that Taehyung has been working on that has killed everyone is the recent photos of Elle magazine. This was a big release and the brand pulled out all the stops to promote and push him. Things like billboards, ads, and everything. We even have a video that we see of Taehyung's billboard literally being rolled down from a building, and it's very huge. Brands don't usually do this unless they fully believe that the artist will sell the magazine. One thing just to note about the industry is companies and agencies will only put in more time and money if you can prove that you can make them money. It's not always about talent, it's about making them money. So for newer artists, they might do a page or two, and then if they see that a lot of people are buying the magazine specifically for this person, then they might call the person back to do a cover or a bigger spread, and then it continues from that. If the brand is already right off the bat pulling out billboards and big promotions with the celebrity's face, they really believe in that celebrity, and it seems like Elle believes Taehyung will sell a lot. And no shocker there. In the magazine promotion, there was also another photo that I think they knew would go viral, and it's a photo that we see of Taehyung half naked. Taehyung has been in his naked era for a little bit now. He's been taking selfies where you see his entire stomach and everything, and the fandom really has gone feral seeing that. Taehyung is doing all this lately. The members seem to be a bit more bold lately. Taehyung in the Elle shirtless pics seem to have some abs and has clearly been working out and looking good. But also, I want you to keep in mind a lot of these photos and videos that are coming out is a great tool to launch the new solo album. So I would say it would be a bit of a waste if the company wasted this opportunity and at the end of all this promo and magazine features and all this stuff that they don't release his music. So if they do that, then that would mean these photos might be a bit on brand with what the new album could sound like. Taehyung's new album could be a bit more sexier, it could be a bit more jazzier and raw, so I am definitely expecting that. And of course, even Jimin wasn't particularly scared to show himself half naked during his shooting for Set Me Free Part 2. So the members have not been shy about being shirtless lately. That is for sure. Of course, when members post or get professional photos of them naked or half naked, it's totally fine. It's usually with their consent, and it's done in a tasteful way that makes them look good. It's not private photos and videos that were not meant for the public to see. Not that BTS has any of those videos. I will talk more about that in a bit. But Jung Kook has personally addressed these sasaengs or stalkers, and definitely in a more direct way. It's not something that you just interpret as a response, but he directly has addressed stalkers following him to the gym. He asked them not to do that, and that really was the first time we got to see how much these actions really bother him. There was a moment a long time ago where people were wondering if Jung Kook actually did react to a stalker. This was a moment where Jung Kook was at the airport. There was obviously a huge crowd, and Jung Kook was just trying to get by. There was definitely ample security, but apparently some girl thought that it would be appropriate to run and tackle Jung Kook. I'm really not sure what her plan was. She ran directly towards Jung Kook, and of course when security noticed that, they grabbed her and pushed her away. This definitely confused me a bit. Was the goal to jump on Jung Kook and then make him fall down? Was it to hug him? I don't understand why. And also, if you did any of those things, would you even consider the idea that any of his security guards would literally shoot you, like with a gun? Because you literally tackled the person they're protecting. I tend to forget that some people's brains are not fully there. But what was interesting was after that moment where the guard grabbed her and pushed her away from Jung Kook, the internet began to say that Jung Kook actually laughed and that he chuckled at her either potentially getting arrested, detained, or just thrown away. It wouldn't be the wildest thought to think that someone who tackled someone or attempted to tackle someone at an airport would be arrested. However, I want to debunk both of these. I don't think Jung Kook laughed, to be honest. I don't think he even reacted. You can see him in the video not even really turning his head or even flinching, which means he did not notice. And moments like this happen so fast. Jung Kook could be focusing on the cameras and paparazzi there to even notice anything happening to the left of him. The girl getting arrested didn't quite happen either, as the alleged stalker posted on social media afterwards to talk about how she was proud to make Jung Kook laugh, and they're happy about being able to do that. The goal of a sasaeng isn't even to be loved by the idol, but to simply be remembered or noticed by the idol. However, in this day and age where anyone can go on social media and do something to get noticed, why get noticed in a bad way when you can be noticed in a good way? And you're more likely to even have a chance to marry them if you're successful within your career. You can look at someone like Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber. I'm sure you know Hailey was a fangirl first and now a wife. That could be you, but you choose to tackle him. Now you have no chance, unfortunately. And I want to clarify, oftentimes sasaengs can't get arrested because they just simply show up. It's not illegal to stand outside someone's apartment or follow them into a restaurant. So while ethically not great, it's not illegal and no crime happened. Only recently did Korea implement a stricter stalker law, but that did not exist for a long time. There were even alleged sasaengs online who were talking about leaking personal information on Jung Kook, or specifically really personal videos of Jung Kook. There was a person apparently talking about a video where Jung Kook allegedly touches himself. This is ridiculous, and I think in most cases, most people would not believe that there was even this footage lying around. But since the incident of an alleged hacker named Gurumi Haribo and then leaking Jenny and V quote-unquote dating pictures, which I will not be posting the alleged edited photos here because the company has asked not to post it. But of course, the rumor goes that Gurumi had hacked Jenny's iCloud and thus got the edited photos there. Since some people believe these photos are real, they actually think it's very easy and possible to hack into Jenny's iCloud or any idol's iCloud. So they think it's possible for the members to have really personal videos and photos on there. I have to say that the idea that Jung Kook or any BTS member would even have these types of footage on their phone is ridiculous to me. And if this footage were to exist, why would he put his face in it? That's just double dumb. Because he also is not dating anyone, so I just don't know what he would do with this footage. A lot of people, including myself, I just don't think of recording or even having that footage on my phone. Like, there's no point for me. In the history of K-pop idols, I don't think any footage of any idol like that has ever come out, because I don't think it exists. People who get angry and who start to say that the fandom needs to contact Big Hit and email Big Hit to take legal action on this person, you're just wasting time, because such footage likely does not exist. And if you don't know, there's an email like protect@bighit.com or something, and it's meant to be an email to the company to get some leads if the boys get death threats. Not everything needs to be reported to the company. To report this is quite silly to me, and Big Hit can't even do anything unless something happens. Like these comments, I don't know if they understand how the world works. You can't sue someone for leaking video footage if they have not leaked it. You can't even sue someone for just saying that they will. How does this go in court? If he said he'd do it, so he owes me money? Like, okay, people say that they will kill their friend or person they hate all the time. Go and try to lock them in jail. And so at the end of the day, especially if there's no proof this alleged stalker has anything, and likely they're just saying all this to get attention. If you report these types of silly things to Big Hit, it fills their inbox with these cases, and then actual big cases where the members are getting death threats and Big Hit should amp up security at the event, they get ignored or lost because they're just not seen. I honestly don't think the company would have 20 employees monitoring these emails. It's probably like 1 or 2 people, and they're probably overwhelmed because everything gets reported to these emails. Even small things, like if someone just tweets, "I don't like their music," and if it gets big enough, you'll see someone screenshotting that and sending it to Big Hit. People were sending the James Corden incident to Big Hit. Like, James Corden's team is in touch with Big Hit and BTS's team. That's how BTS was even on James' show. Please stop sending everything to them. Let me know what you think, and make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thank you to this lovely comment right here. Love you. Bye.